on YouTube? It's Casual706 here, back with another Transformers unboxing slash review. Today I'm covering Transformers, Titans Return, Voyager class, Decepticon, Hazard, and Blitzwing. Now I've been hunting for this one for a couple of months. Walked in Target the other day and lo and behold I got him and Octone. So I'm feeling a little bit better on how I'm keeping up with all the Hasbro releases. But as we see here from the packaging, we got an artistic depiction of Hazard popping off of Blitzwing there. Typical packaging, ages 8+, written in 3 different languages. Transformers going up the side, and the Transformers Generations logo up in the top right hand corner. Over here they show the robot change into a car, change into a jet, just signifying that it's a triple changer. Top of the package, we got a Decepticon symbol. Side of the package, a little more of that artwork of Hazard popping off of Blitzwing there. Other side of the package, another Decepticon symbol down there. And around to the back here. Alright, now on the back they show him in his robot mode, him in his tank mode, and the airplane mode. It says it's going to take about 19 steps to change him in between those 3 modes. And right here it shows Hazard, showing that it's only going to take 1 step to change him from his head for Blitzwing into his Titan Master Hazard. Now on the right side of the package here, we got a couple of product placement shots from Hasbro. We got Leader Class Sky Shadow, which was reviewed on my channel. Check that out. Decepticon Octone, which I picked up yesterday. I'll probably be reviewing that tomorrow. Deluxe Class Misfire, who I'm still hunting for. And the Titan Class Ramhorn. I actually skipped over that one in the store the other day because I've gotten so many of those things. I thought I already had Ramhorn, but of course I don't. So I probably missed my chance to get it. But I'll still be on the hunt, so you'll see that review on my channel as well. Alright, now up here they're just showing that these Titan Master classes are interchangeable with all 3 classes of the Titans Return figures. Right there they're showing Deluxe Class. Right there they're showing Voyager Class. And here's Leader Class. And it's just showing that you can use these heads to swap on those and kind of add a little more personality or flavor to them. Alright, now in the top left hand corner we got a real quick bio right here. Using the power of Titan Masters, the Decepticons rise up to destroy the Autobots. Blitzwing has one thing on his mind: destruction. Decepticon Hazard gives Blitzwing the ability to take over the processors of another bot and program them to cataclysmically self-destruct. So Hazard's a pretty bad dude. Alright, so since we took a look at the packaging, we're going to go ahead and open this up and take a look at the actual figure inside. Alright, so with this guy out of packaging, we get a couple of things we typically get with these guys. First of all, we get these little art cards. Art cards got some sick artwork of Hazard popping off a Blitzwing there. And around to the back side of these cards, they have stats like the old G1 figures used to have. Alright, now the red lines are going to be with Blitzwing, and combined with Hazard are going to be the blue lines. So that his strength here is going to be an 8 by himself, 12 with Hazard. His speed is going to be a 9, 10 with Hazard. His intelligence is going to be a 5 and 8 with Hazard. Firepower is going to be a 7 and 10 with Hazard. So usually just tuck these off to the side in case there was something down the line. And he's also going to come packaged with dual side instructions, really large instructions. So here those are. And around to the back of those instructions. Alright, and we're done with the instructions. Now taking a look at the actual figure itself here, we'll bring it a little bit closer. I have found my new Blitzwing for my collection. So basically the type of collector I am, I like G1 figures, G1 inspired figures, and Masterpiece figures of course because they're also G1 inspired. So the last Blitzwing that I got was the Generations Blitzwing, who looks super goofy compared to this one. This one feels like a lot better Blitzwing for me. So I'm going to be getting rid of a Generations Blitzwing. Perhaps I'll do that in a giveaway, or if you guys are interested in picking up my Generations Blitzwing, leave me a comment down in the comment section. So finding my new Blitzwing here, I love the color scheme of it and the way it's laid out. It just looks a lot more intricate. The Generations version just kind of looks silly and cartoonish to me. This one's got all kind of little nicks and grooves cut into it and everything. It just looks a lot cooler. Maybe except for the tank hanging off of the back there. But he's got 3 modes, so you got to squeeze all this stuff in. There's the wings from the jet, and there's the turret from the tank and all. But really good color scheme and everything. I'm loving the way this guy turned out. Like I said, I've been hunting for him for a couple of months, and I finally found him. I was super stoked to pick him up there. Alright, so looking at articulation with this guy, some kind of little swivel joint. I'm not sure what type of joint that is. There's actually a little plastic piece right here that's going to keep you from, or kind of hinder you spinning it around, but you can get a full rotation out of that arm. Down here at the bicep, there's another little swivel point, so you'll be able to rotate that around, and he's also going to have that elbow joint there. Now on the other arm, same thing, be able to rotate it all the way around. A little piece kind of gets caught there when you get his arm right above his head, so be careful not to break your toy. But you can get it all the way around. The bicep section, again, that swivel, so you're going to be able to rotate that around, and it's also going to have an elbow joint. Now the hands are pre-molded hands, so you're not going to get any articulation out of those hands at all. Now coming down to the lower section here, his leg is on a crazy kind of hinge here that swivels around. But if you play with the leg, you can get that all the way around there. Then at the thigh, there's another swivel point here, a very stiff swivel point. So you can spin that all the way around. And then he's also got that knee joint there. Same thing on the other leg, be able to get it up, rotate it all the way around here. At that thigh again, you got the swivel joint. It's tight on this side too. A lot better than the Megatrons I've seen. Megatron was just a repaint of this guy, basically, or a pre-paint, rather. When it came out, everybody knew that we were going to be getting a Blitzwing, that Hasbro was just trying to sell us another toy that we didn't really need to begin with. And it's also got that knee joint there, so you'd be able to bend that. Then the feet kind of go down a little bit if you want to use that to help out with posability too. Now, he also comes packaged with a couple of weapons here. Now these weapons are displayable either on the side of his arm here, a la Megatron, or he can hold them in his hands. And those are just standard 5mm pegs, so these weapons should work with any of the other toys just about that they have in the Transformer line from G1 on up. Alright, now there's also another little side point on this sword right here, so if you wanted to, you could side wield it on the arm too. And he could have like an arm blade if you wanted to do that. So, those are your options for displaying weapons in the robot mode. I'm going to go ahead and put them off to the side real quick here. We're going to take a look at the head. Now these little tabs here, if you're not fond of those with Blitzwing, you can push those down. They're actually separate, apparently, so they're not both going to push down at the same time. They just push right back in there and click in. So if you don't like him with the little shoulder flares, you could do it like that. Alright, now taking Hazard off to take a look at this head sculpt here real quick. That's what you get there for Blitzwing. I guess the only thing I could say that I'm not fond about with this is that it's like super glossy and the yellow feels like it's really loud. Like they could have turned the yellow down a couple of notches and maybe used some matte paint, and I think it would have did better. But all things considered, I did get a pretty good head sculpt there for Blitzwing. Not too shoddy with the paint. But we'll flip it open here and get to shoddy paint jobs. There's actually no paint job at all with the Titan Master figure there. Nice gray and khaki. So that's what he looks like. Now articulation with these guys, arms will be able to come out a little bit like that if you want to. Be able to get them forward here, like that. Then you got a pin right at the hip and a pin at the basically knee joint. So you can kind of get some sitting poses if you want to, like that. Or you could bend the feet behind him like that. Or he could just like sit out flat right like that. And there is a little bit of, there's like a little ball joint with that head there. So you can get Blitzwing to look around. You can kind of get him to look down, look around and everything. Let me get that head in there. Yep. So since we took a look at articulation, the Titan Master, and the figure itself, we're going to go ahead and do some transforming. Alright, now to transform this guy, the first thing we'll do is get this tank turret kind of up out of the way back here. And let's see. Flip around to the back of the legs here. Legs are going to pop open like that. And whoops, let's get it up there. We're going to fold that foot in first of all. And then the leg is going to collapse onto itself. Yeah, it's kind of tricky there. But you get the leg to collapse onto itself. You're going to have to kind of keep them out of the way here. And then once you got the leg collapsed onto itself like that, you should be able to close this panel over here. Alright, and if I'm not mistaken, these little airplane fins kind of go forward here like that. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing with this other leg. We're going to pop that panel open right here, flip the foot back into itself, and we're going to you kind of push it down and collapse the leg onto itself like that. Alright, now we're going to close this panel up here, and those are going to tab together. Again, I believe these little wings kind of come forward. The exact positioning of them is going to be figured out right at the end here when the arms collapse onto the side. Alright, so we've got all of that together. Now we're going to get up here to the arms. First thing we'll do is take this little panel here, flip it over, and we're going to turn this over facing that way. And then this little panel here is going to come down right over the hand. So you can kind of see the tank treads there starting to form. Now we're going to do the same thing on that other arm. We're going to flip this little panel, little tread out here, turn the arm facing that way so the tread lines up again. And then we're going to bring this panel down here to line up. Alright, so we can start to see the tank forming. Now, right here on the arms, the arms are actually going to kind of separate loose here. There's a little joint right there that you're going to bring those down forward. And what should happen is the hands right here, you got the hand, should grab that tab. So that's going to go in right there. Give her a good squeeze together. There we go. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing on that other arm. We're going to take this little hinge here, kind of hold your plastic. All this right here is kind of fragile. So you're going to bring that joint down there to the front. Keep those treads out. And then that hand again, right here, should grab that little tab. There we go. And give her a good little squeeze there. Try to get everything together. And there we go. So we can start to see that tank mode starting to come through. It's kind of hard to keep everything all pushed together. Alright, so now we're going to take these wings. You're actually going to take the top of the wing, fold it completely over, and then these wings are just going to come down right to the side of that. Come right to the side like that. Then we're going to do the same thing on that other side. You're going to fold that first piece totally over and then bring the wing down to the side of the vehicle. And give her all a good squeeze together here. Like that. Mine doesn't hold very well. Feels all out of wiggity whack here. Yeah, this isn't the tightest figure I've got here. Alright, so we just bring this turret up forward here and straighten the tank mode out there. Keep the wings down to the side. Like that. Alright. So mine is kind of popping apart here in various spots. I'm not sure. Maybe with some fine tuning, I can get this to grab a lot better. But that is the transformation. Here's the tank mode. I'm sure I can get this to squeeze together a little bit better here once I tinker around with it. But that's basically your tank mode there. Now tank mode does have 2 wheels right here. If I can get mine situated better, those wheels do roll around here. Mine just keeps popping open everywhere. So those wheels do roll and everything, and that is the tank mode. Around to the bottom. I can't see that I did anything wrong. It's just not squeezing together real good. Some of these Hasbro toys have problems like that. So there's the back and the top and everything. Alright, now there is a little Titan Master piloting gimmick. You can open up the canopy on the top, and there's a little tab section right in here that you put little Titan Master's feet in and sit him back. Spin his head around here. So now Hazard is piloting Blitzwing in his tank mode. So you can do that. Now with the weapons, you also can display those. There's a little square tab right there, right before the 5mm port. You can put that up on the turret of the gun there, like that. And then if you want to, you can take this sword. Pretty sure that there's a way to display the sword. Anywho, if you can't get it right up here, you can always display it on the side of the front here. So he's got a little sword on the front of the tank mode. So there's some options for displaying weapons. Now the weapon also has a little cavity in it. If you wanted to, you could put Hazard inside to pilot that cannon like that, or you could use another Titan Master if you wanted to. Since we look at the tank mode, we're going to get this guy over to the airplane mode. We're going to be removing those weapons again, getting them out of the way. Alright, so kind of opening it up here. Alright, we're going to take these wings here, fold them back here. They should tab into the legs. Legs shouldn't have to open the legs. Okay, it was the lower tab that we had to get in. Little tab right there, you wiggle them arms around, get them to the back, straighten the wings out. Alright, same thing on this other side. We're going to take this little gray section here, detach it, and bring it down to the back here. And right there you got a little tab. If you can make it out, you take the tab from the arm wing thing, and it pegs right into the back there. So we can start to see the jet kind of coming through there. Alright, now up to the front here. Sorry for the tangled mess, y'all. We're gonna take the chest section here, kinda, and it's gonna fold over like that. So you can start to see that jet come through. Lift up the canopy, pull the nose out here, just like that, and get it to the front. That should all tab together. Alright, so best I can see, you get the tank treads down to the front like normal. And then the, I guess this is gonna fold back here. Yep. It's gonna fold back and grab in like that, I guess. Yep. Yeah, then we're going to do the same thing on that other arm. We just fold that to the back. And they're supposed to tab in. There's little tabs back here. They're supposed to tab in and hold real good. Mine keeps popping loose. So there we go, and you give her a good overall squeeze here. You can also take this barrel off here so it doesn't look like a tank turret hanging on the bottom of the jet. And you got some little stands and wheels and whatnot. This mode is not going to roll. So And then these last measure, you take these little fins and fold them down. Mine isn't holding together at all. But that's going to be your jet mode there for Blitzwing. So a lot of stuff hanging on the back, but there is a stand to kind of stand it up, and maybe once you play with everything and get it together. So that's the jet mode. We can see I got some real bad sticker wear right there. Again, I love the silver stickers because that's a lot like G1, but that's one of the downsides. Stickers peel and scratch and mess up and everything. But real nice jet mode for Blitzwing. I know the treads and all, that looks crazy as hell with the treads and all to the side, but it's 3 modes in one toy, so you gotta fit it somewhere, I guess. So, and I just wish mine was grabbing the little points and whatnot a little bit better. That's your jet mode. On the bottom, it's a mess. It's obvious that there's a tank on the bottom of it there, but looking from the top, jet mode isn't all that bad. Alright, now methods for displaying weapons in this jet mode. You can take this cannon here, little tabs right here at the back of the gun. You can use those back here perhaps. Yep. That actually kind of helps to hold the legs a little bit better back there. Mine is a kind of a mess with these tabs. Alright, so you can put that there, then you could take the cannon from the tank mode, put it on the front of that if you wanted to, give it a little more extension. And we might have a couple little ports on it. Yeah, his little hand ports are on the side, so if you wanted to, you could stick the sword in there or put the blasters in the sidearms too. Alright, and as one last little thing, if I'm not mistaken, but there's another method for displaying the Titan Master. You can open up the canopy like that, set your Titan Master in, and then close it up on him there. So now Hazard can pilot the airplane mode for Blitzwing. Alright, so final thoughts. Love the bot mode. Not very fond of the airplane mode because of all this tank stuff hanging off of it. But from the top, it's not bad. It's a G1 colored. It looks very much like a G1 Blitzwing. Very much themed like a G1 Blitzwing. So airplane's okay. Tank mode is pretty darn good. I like the tank mode. But the robot mode, definitely my stand-in Generations figure. As far as representing G1, I'm going to be getting rid of my Generations version. Alright, and oh, another thing mentioning, I'm not going to pull it back out. There's a couple little tabs on here. If you wanted to, you can take Titan Masters and stand them up on him in the jet mode if you wanted to. I'm sure there's probably a couple of them all around the tank mode too that I forgot to mention. But anywho, love my Titans Return Blitzwing. That should conclude my unboxing review for it. If you guys like this video, be sure to click the like button. Also, please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell notification icon to make sure you don't miss out when I put up new videos. And please leave me a comment. Let me know if I'm doing good on the videos, what you think of the figure. If you got any recommendations for me or I did something wrong, please leave me a comment. Let me know all about it. And if you guys are interested in the Generations Blitzwing, hit me up in the comment section. Maybe I'll do it in a giveaway or something. Alright, so with all that said, again, I appreciate the view, guys. Casual706, out.